we understood that the God exists, right? So then we have seen many examples that and evidences which is around us also tells us that it's like every day we see sun. No, without missing, every day sun comes. He gives a lot of energy, and there are many things which naturally existing, and how all these came to existence. So if we little try to understand, put our whatever intelligence given by God, if we try to understand, we can understand that yes, someone is behind this entire creation. So that's how we understood that there is a God, and also our Shastra. I mean, Shastra means our Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vedas, all is proof that there is a God exists, right? All Vedas says the Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead, right? Krishna is supreme. So many ways we can feel that existence of God, right? And another session, the second session, getting eyes to see God, all right? That also we discussed yesterday. So we have to see the God with the proper knowledge. That is Shabda Pramana. There are three Pramanas we discussed. That is Pratyaksha Pramana, Anuman Pramana, and the third one, Shabda Pramana. So out of these three, if we use or if we want to see, understand the God, we have to go through Shabda Praman. Shabda means the words which came from the God, so Krishna, then Brahma, then Narada Muni, then that is how it is coming, Parampara, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Srila Prabhupada. Then what we are studying, all the Shastras, when we get the Shastra from these, so from Guru to Guru, then Guru to their Guru, that's how it is called Parampara, Evam Parampara Praptam. That is how Prapta means we get the knowledge. From this knowledge is the perfect knowledge because this has come from the human supreme person. But other knowledge, the textbook knowledge, what we study in the schools and college, that was written by human beings. When we write the human beings, when we give the knowledge human beings have the four defects what we studied yesterday. From the Pratyaksha Pramana, there are four defects which we studied yesterday. That is, we have a limitation for our senses. We cannot see beyond certain distance. We cannot hear up to certain distance, right? Some sound also, there is a limitation. So because of these imperfect senses, there is chances of illusion. We'll get illusion, means Brahma. Because of illusion, we tend to do mistakes. All right. So when we do mistakes, we try to cover that mistake, hide the mistakes. So because of all these defects, whatever knowledge human being gives, definitely it is not perfect. But Krishna is a perfect. So when a perfect person gives knowledge, that knowledge also perfect. That is called Shabda Pramana, which has come down from the higher authorities, from Krishna to many acharyas. Then we take that perfect knowledge, then we'll get the eyes to see the God. This is what we discussed in the previous two sessions. Now, today's session, we are going to discuss and understand. Yes. Now, Vijeta Mataji, you want to say anything, or can I share PPT and we're going to start?
Yes, Prabhuji. I just would like to give an introduction. So, yes. So, welcome all to today's third session of Spiritual Scientist. So, I would like to introduce our Prabhuji. So, his Grace Shriman Rathiyatra Anandadas Prabhuji. So, let us get a small introduction about him. So, he's from Chikkaballapura Taluk and Bhagenahalli village. So, he has studied in JNU University, which is the very prestigious university in India. It is in New Delhi. So, he has got his protein engineering doctorate in protein engineering, and then he had also his journals are very highly rated by all the scientist communities. So his first postdoctoral fellowship he also completed in JNU University in Delhi, and then he got shifted to Bangalore to the Jawaharlal Nehru Research Center for Advanced Scientific Research and got the second postdoctoral fellowship under the guidance of Bharat Ratna Sri CNR Rao. So he is one of the highly educated members, devotees in our whole ISKCON. So we are very, very fortunate to be able to hear from Prabhuji. And yes, there are many students who pay lakhs together to hear his classes, but still here, Prabhuji is being given he is giving us free classes in this ISKCON sessions. So we welcome Prabhuji to this course. He is now working as a professor in a reputed college university in Bangalore. So he has also designed courses in bioinformatics and biotechnology. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you can please start this
Thank you,
session. Thank
Mataji.
you
Thank
so
you
much,
for your
Prabhuji.
thank you, Mataji. Thank you for your kind introduction. So today's session is the title of the today's session is Vedic Vedas, the privilege of humanity. This is the topic. So before we start, we pray Guru, then we'll start. Guru Pranam Mantra. So you also can hear this Guru Pranam Mantra. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurvanmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadhamaya Dadadi Sapadankitam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tham Sadivam Sadvaitam Dhavadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Vishakhanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kamta Radha Kamta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुवश्च कृपा सिन्धुभवेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी इति नामिने प्रभुपाद साहित्यम यह प्रचार कृतवान् साधु भगवत्पदाय ते नमः. Once again, I welcome all the participants for today's session, Vedas. We will try to understand today what are the Vedas, what is the purpose of Vedas, how to use, we have to utilize the Vedas in our life. This is a privilege for the humanity, means it's our birthright to use the Vedas, Vedic knowledge. Veda means the meaning of the Veda word is knowledge. So it's full of knowledge. We just know the names. Generally, people know the names, but don't know exactly what is the given in Vedas and how to implement Vedas in our life. To make our life successful, we have to implement the Vedic knowledge in our life. Yeah. So descending versus ascending. So this Vedic wisdom came down in disciplic section through oral reception. So earlier days, this knowledge from Guru to his disciple, then disciple becomes Guru, then he gives his knowledge to his disciple, Shishya, Guru, Shishya, Guru, Shishya. That is all this Vedic knowledge has came down because that time, many years back, there was no any written form, right? It is the Guru, he gives like thousands of slokas. In Vedas, there are thousands of slokas, will just they recite, but the disciples were able to remember all the slokas. And the same disciple, Shishya, can give his knowledge to his disciple. That is how we got this Vedic knowledge. This is called descending order of the knowledge, Vedic knowledge. See, here we can see in the picture the Krishna, the Vedas as to Brahma, then Brahma to Narada Muni, Narada Muni to Bhakti Vinod Thakur, then Gorakshwar Das Babaji Maharaj, then Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Maharaj, then Srila Prabhupada, then now we are studying same knowledge, whatever is given by Krishna, as it has come from all the Vedic disciplic section. So this is called Parampara. So Vedas, the infallible wisdom, this why infallible means it's never going to change. It's remain always constant. See, the difference between the textbooks, what we study in our schools and colleges, this keep updating, this keep changing every year, they update the syllabus. There are new theories and the new research, they will be updating every year our textbooks. But Bhagavad Gita, if you see, it is since 5,000 years, even before that, it's all 700 slokas. It's remain 700 slokas only. There is no change in it. So that is called infallible wisdom. Wisdom is gnana. The Bhagavad Gita is based on gnana. So this Vedic, all the Vedas, this is written Veda Vyasadev, that all the slokas till today, it's remain change. There is no change in it. There is no addition, there is no deletion, right? But in our textbooks, which were written by human beings, we see the lot of changes. Every year, we add something and we also delete something which is not correct. Sometimes scientists, they give some knowledge based on their experiments, but some other scientists, they disprove that. Then what they do? They delete that. But some scientists, something they discover new, that will be added. So this is human generated knowledge is always changeable. But Vedic wisdom and Vedic gnana is not going to be changed. Even after 10,000 years, 20,000 years also, Vedas and Bhagavad Gita, the slokas remain same. So that is called the meaning infallible wisdom. It is never changed. It is never disproved. It has stood the test of time. So that is how this infallible wisdom, this undefeatable Vedic predictions. Mobile. Vedas have precisely predicted the birth of great personalities. Here you can see the great personalities like Buddha, Lord Buddha, and Chanakya, Ashoka, and Christ, and Muhammad. All these personalities, it is already predicted. It is already written in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.24, is appearance of Buddha, it is mentioned. Srimad Bhagavatam is very, Vedas, is a part of Vedas. And Chanakya's birth also mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Ashoka is going to born, that is also mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Christ is also mentioned in Bhavishya Purana. It is mentioned Christ and Muhammad. In Atharva Veda Khanda, Sukta 127. So that means this knowledge is, it is perfect. That means it is mentioned in, and as per, you cannot disprove. Whatever is mentioned, it is going to happen. So all these personalities, it is already mentioned in the Vedas that these personalities going to come, the born. undefeatable Vedic truths. Vedas states cow dung is pure. Only in 1940, the scientists found its antiseptic qualities. So, cow dung is pure. It is already mentioned in Vedas. But recently, our scientists proved that yes, cow dung is pure. It is having the property of antiseptic, right? Description of human embryology in scriptures matches modern day methodology research. So, our embryo, how it borns, it is description is given in Vedas that is matching with our modern research. So modern man is turning to yoga, meditation, Vastu Shastra, astronomy, astrology, metallurgy, etc. from Vedas. So whatever modern scientists from US and the Europe, whatever they are telling now, this is already mentioned in the Vedas. It is not new. But since our country, I mean, we Indians, we are not, showcasing our Vedic knowledge to the world. Since the other countries like US, Europe, advanced countries, they are showcasing that they are giving the knowledge. It is like they are repeating most of the knowledge in even astrophysics. There are many measurements. All these already mentioned in the Vedas. See, the type tree of Vedic knowledge. This Vedic knowledge is like a tree. Our Vedic knowledge has divided into three types, majorly into Shruti, Smriti, and Nyaya. So, what is Shruti? What is Smriti? What is Nyaya? We will try to understand briefly. It is very difficult to understand in detail. See, Shruti means this is directly is came from God and the other big personalities. It includes Vedas, Rigveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, then Vedanga. Under these Vedas, Samhita, Brahmana, and Aranyakya, and Upanishad. All these comes under Shruti. Under Vedanga, Kalpa rituals and Shiksha, pronunciation, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chandas, Jyotishya. All these part of the Shruti. Shruti means this part of the knowledge, Veda means knowledge, it has come from direct Supreme Personality Godhead. Somebody please mute. If you are chanting, please, you can chant later. Hare Krishna. Then Smriti. Smriti is, it is like, refers to textbook. It is a remembered, composed by human beings. The Smriti is composed based on the Shruti. So under this, Agama, Kalpa Sutra, Tantra, Itihasa. Under that, Shakta and Sun, Ganaptya and Shiva and Vishnu. All these is written by or composed by human beings based on the Shruti. But all Smriti, whatever is written, this has to allied with the Shruti, then only it comes under the Vedas. I'll repeat once again. Smriti is composed by human beings, but it has to be allied with, means it is okay with the Shruti, then only it is a part of Vedas. Otherwise, it will not be part of the Vedas. Under Smriti, Itihas, Mahabharat, Ramayana, Pancharatra, and Purana. That is 18 major Purana and 18 minor Purana. So all Smriti is composed based on the Shruti. But these are all okay with the Shruti, not deviating from the Shruti. Then it is a part of the Veda. Similarly, Nyaya. Nyaya also, it is a part of Smriti. Here, Sankhya, Yoga, Vaisheshika, Nyaya, Mimamsa, Vedanta. So this is Nyaya. So here all these also part of Smriti. So this is overall Vedic trees. So this is called Vedic knowledge. This knowledge is not going to be changed. All right. How can we best utilize Vedas? How to use Vedas? About 100 billion Sanskrit verses. So Vedas contains billions of slokas. The Srimad Bhagavatam itself is a 18 to 19,000 slokas. Like entire all the Vedas, if you see the billions of verses, I mean slokas. After Srila Vyasadeva divided the Vedas into four books, that is Yajurveda, Sama, and Atharva Veda. Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Sama Veda, and Atharveda. His disciples further divided them into 1130 major divisions, that is Kurma Purana, and four minor divisions, that is 1130 samhitas and 1130 brahmanas and 1130 aranyakyas and 1130 upanishads, total of 4520 divisions. At present, most of these texts have disappeared due to the influence of time. We can only find 11 samhitas, 18 brahmanas, 7 aranyakas, and 220 Upanishads, which constitute mere 6% of the entire Vedic canon. So that means Vedas are even more bigger because of the time is like millions of years, it has become reduced. So here we can see human are very special four activities. So here we see certain examples how to utilize this Vedic knowledge. If we do not utilize the Vedic knowledge in our life, so we can understand what is our position. Humans are we special. Four activities common to both humans and animals. We try to understand what is the difference between humans and the animals. All right. See, eating, it is a process. Even human beings also we eat and dogs also eat. This process is common for both human beings as well as the animals. All right. Sleeping also same. Even animals also sleep. When we get a sleep, even we also sleep. So that means eating, sleeping, and mating is like a male and female. Animals also does, and human beings also does. This is also same. So defending. So we also defend, like military, we have some guns and all. We also defend our country, our state. Similarly, animals also naturally they defend from their enemies. Okay. So these four activities, I'll just go back once again. Carefully see this. The eating is a process. It is common for both human beings and the animals. All right. And sleeping also, it is common process for both animals and the human beings. And the mating also, it is same for animals and also human beings. Then defending also, it is common for both human beings and animals. Then how we are different, animals and human beings. How we are different from the animals? Because these are the basic activities. Without these basic activities we cannot live. Let's see, eating, we cannot live. Without eating we cannot live. And without sleeping we cannot live. And mating is also common process. And also defending is a common process. Animals also doing, human beings also doing. So let us try to understand. It's a very interesting question. When I attend this session during my time, I find it very interesting. The first time I heard, yes, what is the difference between animals and the human beings? All right. Next we see what is the difference between animals and the human beings. Here we see even animals have rational power. Now, sometimes people say that human being is very intelligent. Animals are not intelligent. Is that true? Let us see. Even animals have rational power and intelligence in the four habits of eating, sleeping, etc. In fact, animals are better than human beings in seeing eagle, smelling dog, eating elephant, reproduction mosquitoes. Seeing eagle you see, it is from the very distance, from the height, it can target the fish which is present in the water. It is straight away, it's come and picks the fish and go. So that we cannot do that. Human beings, we cannot do the eagle, how it targets its fish and it picks from the water. That we cannot do that. We don't have that much seeing capacity. And smelling, dogs are used to catch the thieves. So that smelling capacity we don't have. Then eating, we cannot eat what elephant eats. Elephant can eat, 100 kilos, but we cannot eat. And reproduction, the mosquitoes, they reproduce like hundreds together in hours, that we cannot do. So by seeing this, animals also better than human beings, right? Sometimes we think that human beings are more powerful or more intelligent. No, animals are equally powerful and intelligent. Very interesting. Western countries have reached the summit of material advancement. Let us see how our advancement, material advancement, meant like modern technology, modern advancements. See here, luxurious houses. All right, I'll just go one by one. Skyscraper buildings. Sometimes we see, wow, what a construction, what a architecture. All right. Then jet planes, very high technology they use in these jet planes, right? And latest methods of communications, mobiles, now so much advanced in the mobiles, right? In spite of all these advancements, Americans are most dissatisfied and full of anxiety, stressed, depressed, and above all unhappy. Why we are producing so much technology? Why we are building skyscraper buildings? Why we are using the very advanced mobiles? To become happy, right? I hope everybody agree that. But in spite of all these advancements, we are not happy. See the crime rate, which is highest in most advanced countries, and wars taking place where the maximum wars taking place, where the maximum technology is like a you see the countries, America, many other countries, Russia and Brazil, they're all very advanced technology where the war, like continuously, the last 3 4 years, the war going on, right? And people are living in fear and stressed and depressed. And even school children, they come out with the guns out of depression. They shoot randomly, they shoot in the schools. That we have seen the many incidents. United States, some school children, they come up with the guns, they simply shoot the people. So this is what, because technology advancement is nothing but doing the same four activities of the eating, sleeping, mating, defending in more sophisticated way. All these technologies, why we are making? To make these four activities better. Means animals will sleep in the street. We are trying to sleep in the five-star hotels. But sleeping activity is same. All right. Then eating. Animals eat in the street, outside, but we eat inside the house, very luxurious house. And mating, they also do mating, and human beings also do in a sophisticated levels. And defending, they also defend from their enemies. We also defend with the very high technologies. So all these advancements, why they are doing? Just to improve these four activities. All right. Actually, when we are sleepy, sometimes we sleep in the office also. Sometimes sleep wherever we are sitting. We don't need very sophisticated, beds, sophisticated houses to sleep. So if you just narrow down, try to understand all our advancements, technologies, they are trying to make these four activities in a better way. That's all. So, but are we happy by advancing so much? No, actually, answer is no, right? Then what is the difference? What is the difference between animal and human being? Yes, there is one difference between animals and human beings. Animals can inquire about eating, sleeping, mating, and fearing. So this is the limitation between the human beings and the animals. Human beings can inquire about life and death. So this is only difference we can see between the animals and the human beings. Not with the strength, not with the knowledge, not with the intelligence. Animals also intelligent than human beings. But this inquiring, that inquiring quality, the animals, they don't do it. They cannot do it. They can inquire about where can I get a food from morning. If they get some food, they will satisfy and sleep there only. Sleeping. And whenever they feel like, they mating and the fear if any enemy comes. But only human being can inquire about what is this life, why I am born, why I am suffering, what I am doing, and why death, why I am dying. Even I don't want to die. My relatives don't want to die. My loved ones don't want to die. But still people are dying. The once Narad Muni asked Yudhishthir Maharaj, means Dharmaraj, what is the most surprising thing in this world? That means most astonishing thing, surprising thing. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj answered, every minute people around me dying, but I think that I am not going to die. This is the most surprising thing. That's how we think, right? People are every minute people are dying. Say today somebody died there, somebody died here, some of the relatives died here, but we think that we don't die. This is the most surprising thing. But this can be inquired only human being. Inquiries about life and death. These are the very important questions. Being a human being, who am I? Who is God? Where from did I come? Where will I go after death? Why I am suffering? If we inquire this, then we are human being. If we do not inquire this, then we are just animals. If we limited ourselves to only eating, sleeping, mating, defending, then we are just animals. See here, our choice will decide our future. Human life, if we inquire, then you are promoted to higher life. If you do not inquire, then you are back to animal kingdom. This is where, when I attended this session, I was surprised and also happy to know, yes, human being is meant for to know the higher things, promoted to higher life. What do you mean by higher life? I just go back to inquire this. Who am I? Who is God? Where from did I came? Where will I go after death? Why I am suffering? But now, today, most of the people, they are working, they are doing a lot of research, they are producing a lot of technology, and they proudly says that our country is, most advanced. All the advancement, what is the purpose of all the advancements? Eating better way, sleeping, mating, defending. That animals also doing. Maybe a little less, but they also doing. But we are doing something. That's all. No, it is not just a difference. Difference is when we make ourselves as, yes, human being, we have to inquire these questions. Majorly, who am I? Who is God? Right? So human being can develop the reasoning power to ask the following questions. So human beings have this reasoning intelligence, that why I am suffering, Why so many difficulties I'm going through? You see, today world is, somebody has some diseases, some problem, financial problems, job problems, and relationship problems, all suffering. Means there are so many problems. Where do I go after this life? That is the big question. After that, where will I go? People say generally, nahi, wo, that's mar gaya. Means he dead, he passed away. Sat hodru, ill hodru. So only human being can inquire, ask this question. Being animal cannot ask this question because that reasoning power is not given. So that is the difference between human being and the animals, right? If we are human beings, if we want to claim that we are a human being, we should ask these questions. So all these questions, answers we will get in Vedas. That's we will discuss further. All right. We want to remain young forever. That is what whole world. But very soon we start growing old and our bodies become weak and frail. See, in this world, everybody wanted to be young. They don't want to get old, but we cannot stop it. So this can be, you can ask this question, why we are getting old? Why I am dying? Why death is coming? Even though I don't want. I am forcibly getting old. But people are trying to make up, they put the hair colors, so many things they hide, but you cannot hide it. All right? See, and we are no longer look beautiful. When we are younger, we are very beautiful. We stand in front of mirrors for hours together to make up ourselves. We do this, and so many things. But no one wants to get old. Cosmetic industry is flourishing due to fear of old age. Everybody is fear of old age. If you ask somebody what is your age, it is like a something bad word. That's why many people they don't ask age. Now people get angry. Why you are asking age? Because the fear that I'm getting old. Sometimes if somebody calls suddenly uncle, oh, then it reminds, oh, some people calling me uncle, right? So because that's the fear of old age. The Texas American millionaire spends millions of dollars in vain to research on stopping age. And scientists are trying to, they are doing a research that is anti-aging, how to stop this age. Is it possible? It is not possible. So many years, last many years, research is happening, going on to stop the age, but we cannot stop the age. See here in Bhagavad Gita, it explains that how our body changes from the child to boy, boy to youth, then youth to adult, then adult to old man, then old man is dying. This is a very famous sloka in Bhagavad Gita. We see that this is how our body is changing. And here is very powerful statement of Shankaracharya. What is Shankaracharya says that what is good is lust when youth has fled. That means the lust means, what we see that is only good at the youth. If that goes, what is use? What is use? What use is the lake which has no water? There is a beautiful lake. All the birds are there, trees are there, everything is there. But if there is no water, there is no use. Do not boast of wealth, friends, and youth. Each one of these is destroyed within a minute. Chant the names of Govinda. It's a very powerful statement. Don't boost up with your I am so young, I am so beautiful, I have so much money, I have so much education. Don't be puffed up, or don't be very proud. Don't be ahankar with all these things. So these are all just a matter of few years. Youth, how many years? It's hardly 10 years, maximum 15 years. After that, we become old. That is why chant the names of the Govinda, chant the names of the Krishna. That is what we have just now. We are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is permanent. Whatever we are, making makeup and doing all the extra things and so much technology, this is all just a matter of time. it will vanish, it will disappear. Okay, so people capture sweet memories because they know that when they are forced to grow old helplessly, their appearance won't look sweet anymore. That is why when they become old, they go through the old photographs, the school photographs, the marriage photographs, and they go through it. And oh, I was looking so handsome, I was looking so beautiful. That is a sweet memories that is gone. That is all not, permanent. So here, chanting the names of Krishna, chanting the names of Govinda is the permanent. See, we want to remain healthy, but much against our wish, we encounter various diseases. So everyone, every day they do yoga, they do, jogging, sports. They want to look, without any diseases. But sometimes we cannot avoid see the diseases like a cancer and pain. Why some people, they are crying, and some people disease, and some people starvation. There is no food to eat, and finally death. So this is the reality. Why these differences? So why I am suffering? Birth is a suffering, and old age is suffering, and death also is suffering. Suffering means it is a kasta, pain. So being a human being, we can ask this question: why I am getting old? I don't want, but I'm getting old. Why I am dying? I don't want to die. Why I am suffering? I don't want to suffer. All these coming against me, even I don't want, it is all coming. Why? Someone is diseased, someone is crying, someone is a pain. Why all these? If we inquire these questions, then we are human beings. If we do not inquire these, if we do not inquire these questions, then we are just nothing but animals, not more than that. Where do I go after the death? See here, diseases. So this is the gentleman thinking, and this is the enquiry. Then we are real intelligent. Otherwise, we are just limited to four activities. That's very important. That is eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That anyway, animals also do that. But when we inquire all these are the real problems in our life. These are the actual problems. We need to inquire this. These real problems common to all. No one wants it. No one can avoid it. One can perceive birth, death, old age, and disease. All real problems is in knowledge. But many people, they avoid thinking of this. If sometimes, no, in our own home, at home, if we talk about the death, somebody say, I don't talk about the death, because they are fear about that. Even if you don't talk, but it will come. That is why better you talk, you discuss, you why it is coming. There is an answer in the our scriptures. Also, we analyze our lives, we are constantly tormented with. So when we analyze our lives, actually every time we are going through some or other the problems in our life. See, there are three types of problems explained in the Vedas. Adhyatmika. This is one type of problem. It is common to all. Misery is due to our own body and the mind. Our own body, there are many diseases. Our own mind thinking can create so many problems. India today, this is teen suicide rates have tripled in the past 25 years, and 40% suffer from anxiety causes, academic pressure, lack of family support. So these are all common problems for everybody. This is called Adhyatmika Klesha. I can be the one. We are also part of this. Second one, Adi Bhautik Klesha. Misery is due to other living entities. So there is somebody, sometimes terrorists and thieves attacks, and some, mosquitoes and some worms, viruses, bacteria, and thieves. These problems. This is a common problem. This is Adi Bhautika Klesha. Klesha means problem. Then Adi Daivika Klesha. So that is due to means natural disasters. That is severe cold. Sometimes in very cold in North India, people die because the temperature drops down to 1, 2, like that it drops down. And hot weather, and in summer temperature rises up to 45, 46. Many people die. And thunderbolts, many people die due to thunderbolts. And earthquakes, in the magnitude of 7 point above 7.5, the many buildings will be collapsed and people will die. Then droughts, there is no rain. So all these also Adi Daivika Klesh. So Adi Adhyatmika Klesh, Adi Bhautika Klesh, Adi Daivika Klesh. These are the common problems everybody is going through. Right? Although we are advanced in medical sciences, all these scanning, the MRI scanning, complete body scanning, all these we are so advanced. Still, our plans for good health and happiness are toward with never and never newer and newer diseases are coming. Whatever the doctors and researchers, scientists, they are making coming up with the new and new technology, and new diseases are coming. We never thought that coronavirus comes and everybody will stay at home. So like that, in future also, new diseases will come. So you see, I am the greatest. Muhammad Ali, he was a continuously 3 to 4 times world champion in the boxing. No, world champion is a big thing. But today he is suffering from Parkinson disease. He's from Pakistan. He's a champion. But in his youth time, he was so great, fighter, I mean, boxer. But now, in his old age, he is suffering from Parkinson. Even he cannot lift a cup of coffee. So, because his hand is not working. So, then why big personalities do even such great personalities suffer from problems? That is, can scientists advancement put full stop to all suffering? This is the question. Is this whatever advancement, technology advancement, can stop these problems? That's the question, right? We'll see next. So temporary stop-gap solutions. These are all just temporary, just it's like okay, we have a disease, we'll go to doctor, he'll give medicines, it's just temporary. Again, some other disease comes, some other problem comes. Advancement in science and technology aims at reduce the misery of sweating. Motorcycle is used to avoid the pain of pedaling. So, but all these sufferings we cannot stop. It appears that it is stopped, but it will come, right? Science and technology cannot stop old age, cannot eradicate diseases per se from the planet, hardly as any understanding about life and death. This science and technology advancement has no understanding about the life and death and the suffering. They are all just, stop gap solutions, just temporary solutions. So again, it is same old age. They put some, facelift to appear, look good, but that is just temporary. How long you will cover your old age? It is very difficult. How long you will put hair colors, but it will expose. So not very difficult to stop these things. So that is why advancement in science and technology, like a fine cars, AC rooms, mobiles, computers, temporary comforts, but cannot solve real problems. So here you see the picture here, the fish, they've just taken out from the water and they're trying to provide money and whatever, like very nice magazines, good drink, and something to eat. But fish is not happy because it's outside the water. How fish become happy? Instead of giving all these things, You just leave it inside the water, it'll automatically happy. Because that is fish, the real position is to stay in the water. That is what we human beings, what we are doing without connecting ourselves to the God. What we are doing? We are doing temporarily all these technologies and solutions. So many ways we are trying to become happy, but that is not possible. And as much as we are trying to happy by the material advancement, we are actually suffering. Earlier, if you see some 50 years, 60 years, there was no much suffering. The health was good. But now, more and more technology, more and more we are suffering. So this is where we have to think why we are suffering. We are supposed to be happy human beings. Whatever God is given, with all the facilities, God is given natural water, rain comes and the sun comes every day. There are a lot of things we can grow, we can eat, we can be happy. Why we are not becoming happy? Because there is one is missing. One thing is missing in us, that we are part and parcel of God. So that's what Vedas tells us, that you are part and parcel of God. So when we part and parcel means we have to connect with God, then we naturally will become happy. So otherwise we have to suffer. All right. So here superficial solutions. This is again repeating. So we are trying to uh, do certain solutions through technology, but again recurrence. That means it will come. See here how life is our journey. It is like we are traveling. Someone, if the station comes, he will get down. Another one will get down when the station comes. So like this, we are also in the journey of life. Death comes, we will disappear. Just, uh, just for observation, if you are 40 years, 50 years old, you just open your wedding album. So in that wedding album, whoever were there in your wedding, today, many of them are not there. I mean, they all gone. Time comes. So that's our journey. So what? So it's like a good day. So much grass. I'm so lucky. It's like a here. This sheep here, they are providing the grass, but after some time, maybe 1 hour, 2 hour, he is going to cut it. We are also human being. Whatever is available, we are so happy with that. We are eating and we are enjoying. But we forget that death comes and it take away. We think that it will long, so much time is there. So that means we and the animal has no difference. We think that the sheep are fool, animals are fools. Then what we are doing? But only time duration. Our time comes little, maybe more than the animal. But see here how happily it is eating. But we human beings, we should not just busy with only eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Beyond that, our human form, we got it. Our Veda says that it is a Manusha Durlabha. This Manusha Janma is very rare. Don't just waste it like animals. Please utilize this human form for higher things. That is what Vedas teaches us. So we need to follow, we need to inquire, who am I? Why am I suffering here? Why, where will I go after death? What is death? What is this life? We have to inquire. The answer there in the Vedas. All right. So, wise versus fool. The duty of every man is to make relevant inquiries about the following questions. So, every human being has to ask these questions. What is the actual destination of our life? What is our destination? Is that you see, sir, where are you going? So, when you see in the Bangalore traffic, it is like cars are going this side, that side, this side. There's a whole night, day and night is going. Where you are going? I am busy. Don't disturb. I want to go very fast. They are going very fast. Don't disturb. But all or nobody has the actual thinking about the actual destination. Our actual destination is mentioned in the Vedas. In the following sessions, we will understand what is our goal, human goal, life, what is our destination, what we are supposed to do, why we got this human being, human form. It is not just use it as a, here it is mentioned rat race. You know how rats at home, it is simply moving this side, that side, this side, that side, has no duty. It is running. Like we human beings also, we are just going this side, that side, everywhere, busy, traveling to that city, traveling to Bombay, traveling to Delhi. We all limited ourselves only to this: eating, mating, sleeping, defending. Beyond this, we have to rise. That is why Vedas were given. All the answers also given, whatever the questions we have to inquire, all the questions are. How can a child know who is my father? If a child is left alone with no father, mother, somebody comes and say, who is the father for this child? How to know that? So here, there are two ways of knowing who is the father for this child. So one way is that is called inductive knowledge. You can take some people, okay, some randomly, and check their, genetic test, and come to know, okay, he is the father of that child. This is the one way of knowing who is the father of child. The another way is that just ask your mother, who is your father? So mother say, yes, he is your father. So our Vedas are like our mother. Whatever problem we have, you just ask Vedas, it will tell you the perfect knowledge. But what we are doing? We are doing this. We are researching whether Vedas are correct or not. How can I believe? And so many ways we are trying to understand what is life, why death. All these we are researching. We are trying to increase. We are trying to increase our beauty. We are trying to increase our aging. We are doing so much research, but no use. That is just time taking, and by the time we'll die. All right. So we have to go with the deductive knowledge. Just ask Vedas. It will give the answer. Essence of all the Vedas is Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, all the answers are given. Whatever the questions we asked, who am I? Who is God? Where from I came? Where will I go after the death? All the answers are there in Bhagavad Gita. That we will discuss in coming sessions. Okay, deductive knowledge, Vedas compared to our mother. God is our supreme father. Vedas can guide us to our supreme father. So simply ask the Vedas. Vedas tell you who is your father. The supreme personality, God, is our father. So problem, simple way we can solve. We don't have to like so much research, so much time, spending on that. Vedic process of learning processes one who has heard from his guru, Acharya, authorized college, parampara or sampradaya, authorized books, Vedic text like Bhagavad Gita. So if we want to learn the real knowledge, if we want to know the answers for all these questions, we just have to approach parampara, the correct parampara and the correct guru, the right guru and right textbook, that is Bhagavad Gita. Then we will get all the answers perfectly. All right. So this is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I'll just summarize whatever we discussed today. Vedic knowledge, Vedas. We have seen the tree of the Vedas: Smriti, Shruti, Smriti, and Nyaya. So under Shruti, the knowledge which directly comes from the God, and Smriti, which is composed and written by some great personalities, but it is aligned with the Shruti. And Nyaya also is aligned with the Shruti, Smriti. So these, the essence of all the Vedas is Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, all the answers we will get. So the important take-home message that we human being not better than animals if we do not inquire who am I, who is God, what is relationship with God, why I am suffering, where will I go after the death, what is life, what is death. If we inquire these questions and get the answers, then only we are human beings. Otherwise, we are just animals, or we can say sophisticated animals. Hare Krishna. If anybody have any questions, we can discuss. You can unmute yourself and ask questions. Now session is for questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, why God created animal kingdom, Prabhuji? What is the reason? Because since we have so many animals, at the same time human beings also there. So we have crossed those all 84 lakh species and came and took the
Yes.
form of this thing. But what is that necessity? Is a long process. I wanted to know.
Yeah, it's a very big question actually. It is a ecosystem when this whole universe is created, and there are two types. One is living beings and the non-living beings. Okay, and this why your question is why animals are created, right? Well,
Yes,
and
yes,
64
Prabhuji.
lakh species. Why 64 lakh species? There is a perfect answer for this in Bhagavad Gita. I'll just briefly explain. So in detail in coming sessions also we will discuss, and also there is a classes on 18 days Bhagavad Gita. After this session, there is 18 days Bhagavad Gita. There in detail it discussed why human beings are created, why animals are created. All these things all will be in detail we will discuss in the 18 days of Bhagavad Gita. Of course, you are all, I request all of you to attend 18 days continuously. In the 18 days, each chapter, because Bhagavad Gita is 18 chapters, each day we will discuss one chapter. There, I'll just tell you briefly, because when we die with the what type of desires, according to that, we should get the next life. So if we have a desire to eat so much flesh, just an example, so we may born as a like some animal. So animals can eat more flesh. So that is how, this is just one example, and in detail we will understand when we attend the 18 days course of Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So you will get complete answers. I request you to attend the 18 days Bhagavad Gita session. Okay. Any other
Hare
question?
Krishna.
Yes.
Okay.
If there are no questions, then I request Vijata Mataji to just continue with the concluding part.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhuji, there will
Krishna.
be more questions. There will be some more questions, please.
Yes, yes. Prabhu.
Prabhuji, this why Vedic knowledge is called infallible?
So that is
Can we
the
understand them?
why Vedic knowledge is infallible, or it is because Vedic knowledge, it has come from perfect person, the supreme person. Krishna is the perfect, and whatever the knowledge is given, that is also perfect. At the same time, our text knowledge, which colleges and schools, what we study, it has come from human beings. So human being is imperfect. So whatever he writes, that is also imperfect. Means it is fallible. Fallible means it keep changing. Here, whatever Krishna is given Bhagavad Gita, it is never going to change because Krishna is perfect and knowledge given also perfect. If something comes from the perfect, that also will be perfect, and it remains same all the 700 slokas since 5000 years, and even further also it remains 700 slokas. No addition, no deletions. So that is why Vedic knowledge is perfect, because all the Vedas has come from Krishna.
Prabhuji, I am Ramesh, working in the audio. But even though we are scientists, but generally we don't inquire about root causes. Generally, we are working on technology development, and our scientists are basically they will inquire. So, how different class of scientists are here? Spiritual scientists are mentioned. Means what is the difference between spiritual and material scientists?
Wow. Okay. Very good question. This uh, spiritual scientists. Actually, there are types of scientists, as you mentioned, that we have seen in the first session that if someone, try to understand more or do science, if you do more science deeply, something which force you to understand that there is a God. That means if we have to become a scientist, we have to be a very big scientist. So we have to understand deeply how this nature is created. Then we can definitely come to the conclusion that yes, someone is behind this. So most of the so-called scientists and material scientists, they are not studying the science very deeply. If they study deeply, automatically they come to the conclusion of that there is someone behind this. There is some brain behind this. Someone is governing this. Someone is maintaining this. And lot of intelligence is there in this. That means someone has put the intelligence into this. So that is why, but some scientists, they are just doing for, bread and butter. And some scientists, they're doing for their fame. They don't worry about, what will happen, why all these created, because they are so, sense gratification. So that is why they have to, read the scriptures. Even though scientists, either they have to be a very big scientist, or they have to read our scriptures. Then they will understand. The spiritual scientist means you don't have to be a material scientist to become a spiritual scientist. It's like Srila Prabhupada is the example of spiritual scientist. When we try to understand this universe, when we have naturally these questions, why this is created? What is the purpose of me here? What I am doing here? Why I am suffering here? When you get the answers from yourself, then you will understand that yes, someone is behind this. So that's called spiritual scientist, right? Inquiring about the spiritual things, because our Atma is a spirit. If we inquire about our Atma, after death, what happens? What is next life? That's called spiritual scientist. Okay. By material scientist, deeply understanding, then you will get the answers. There's someone behind this, then you become spiritual scientist. Otherwise, you simply are doing science for sense gratification, you never. You just born, you do some research, you show that you did it, and you will die. Yes, next question.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Kushma Mataji, yes. You can go ahead with the question.
Hello. मुझे
Yes.
इंग्लिश हेलो हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes.
ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಈಗ ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ
ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Yes, Mataji.
ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಅದ್ಭುತಗಳು ಪವಾಡಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಆತರ ಒಂದ್ ಪವಾಡಗಳು ಲೈವ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಆತರ ನಡೀತಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ?
ಅದು ಪವಾಡಗಳು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವಾಗ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಐಸ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಗಾಡ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇಂದ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಪವಾಡಗಳು ಅದು ಯಾರೋ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅದು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಷ್ಟೇ. ಈ ನಾವು ಈ ಭೌತಿಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರೋ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ತರ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು, ಈ ತರ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಆ ತರ ನೋಡಬಾರ್ದು. ನಾವು ಗುರುಗಳಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಹಾಮಂತ್ರ ಜಪ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾವು ಭಗವಂತನ ನೋಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ,
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ ಮಗನ್ಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ನೀನೇ ಕೇಳಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ನೇಮ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಈಗ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ನಾನ್ ಕೇಳ್ದೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ವಿಜೇತಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ವಿಜೇತಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಅವರಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನು ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ 2 ನಿಮಿಷ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಪ್ರಭು. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣಾಗಿ ಸಾರಾಂಶ ತರ ಕೇಳಿ. ಮೊದ್ಲು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿ, ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಿ.
ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಪವಾಡ, ಈಗ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಪವಾಡನೆ. ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ನೀರು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪವಾಡನೆ, ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಪವಾಡ. ನಾವು ತಿನ್ನುವಂತ ಆಹಾರ ಜೀರ್ಣ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಬೀಜ ಮೊಳಕೆ ಹೊಡೆದು ಬೆಳೆಯಾಗಿ ಆಹಾರ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಪವಾಡನೆ. ಅವತ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಇವತ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೆಗಳೇನಿದಾವೆ, ಸೂರ್ಯ ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಮುಳುಗಿರೋದು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಪವಾಡನೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಂದೇನೋ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಎತ್ತಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ, ಆತರ ಅವೇ ಪವಾಡ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಊಟ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಅದು ಜೀರ್ಣ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅದು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜಠರಾಗ್ನಿ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಜೀರ್ಣ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪವಾಡನೆ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ಈ ವೇದಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಆ ವೇದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ. ಈ ವೇದಗಳ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಇನ್ಫಾಲಿಬಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಯಾವ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಬದಲಾಗೋದು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಕೃಷ್ಣನಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ಫಾಲಿಬಲ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಚ್ಯುತ, ಏನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹಂಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂತ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅವರಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಹಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿವಿ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಶು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಇಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತರ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು 4 ಅಂತರಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. 4 ತರ ಅಂತರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ನಾವು ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತಿನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ತಿನ್ನುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ತಿಂತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಭೋಗ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ವಿಧಾನ ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಒಂದೇ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಪಶುವು ಏನು ಅಂತರ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವುಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಇವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಏನೋ ನೋವಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ನೋವನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಪಶುಗಳೇನು, ಅದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಏನನ್ನ ಅದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ನನಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಿನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾತ್ರ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಭೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ಯಾರು, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದೆ, ನಾನು ಈ ಸತ್ತೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಭಗವಂತ ಯಾರು, ನನಗೂ ಭಗವಂತನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಮನುಷ್ಯರಾಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಪಶು ಸಮಾನ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಟಿವಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ವೈಫೈ, ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ಟು, ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ಸು, ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸು, ವಿಲ್ಲಾಸು, ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸು, ಬಸ್ಗಳು, ಕಾರುಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ 4 ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ನ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನಾ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಬೇಕು? ಈ ಒಂದು ನಾಯಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೋ ತಿನ್ನೋದನ್ನ, ನಾವು 5 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ತಿನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ಬೇಕಾ? ಅದು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ತಿಂದು ಮಲಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿಂದು ಒಂದು 5 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲಗೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಜೀವನ ಪರ್ಯಂತ ನಾವು ಶ್ರಮ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾವು. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನನೇ ಬದಲಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓ, ನನ್ನ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋದು ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ, ನಾವ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದಗಳು ಏನ್ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಿನಗೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? ಇದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಏನು? ಭಗವಂತ ಯಾರು, ನನ್ನ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಏನು, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಆತ್ಮ ಏನು, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ನಾವು ವೇದಗಳಿಂದ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಪಶು ತರ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಪಶು ತರಾನೇ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಇವಾಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸು, ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹೆಂಗಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ, ಇರಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ? ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಏನು ಕಾಯಿಲೆನೇ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ, ಆದ್ರೇನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ, ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಾವು ನಿಲ್ಸೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜನ ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಾಸ್ಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪೌಡರು, ಕ್ರೀಮು, ಇದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಕೋಟಿ ಕೋಟಿ ಹಣ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನೋ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ರಿಂಕಲ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ ಕೂದಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಡಂಬರದ ಒಂದು ಈ ಯೂತ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಯೂತ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಒಂದು ಲೇಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಲೇಕಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಇದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀರಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತಹ ಲೇಕ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ತರ ಈ ಈ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನದ ಇದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮುಗ್ದೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂತಹ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೋ ನಿನಗೇನು ನಿಜವಾದ ಶಾಂತಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೆಮ್ಮದಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದರಿಂದ, ಈ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಗಳಿಂದ? ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ಸು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ಯೂತ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ಸು, ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ನು, ಕಷ್ಟಗಳು, ಕಾಯಿಲೆಗಳು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾಂಟ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ಗೋವಿಂದನ ಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡು. ನಿನ್ನ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋದು ಗೋವಿಂದನ ಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ 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 ಹರೇ ಹರೇ, ಹರೇ ರಾಮ 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 ಹರೇ ಹರೇ. ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ನಿನ್ನ ಜನ್ಮವನ್ನು ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
Hare Krishna. The questions has been displayed, actually posted in the chat box. So all the participants are requested to answer for them and send to either the Spiritual Scientist WhatsApp group, otherwise Vijayata Mataji's number I have posted there. So if you answer this only, you will get certificate. Otherwise you will not get. So whoever wants certificate can take this small simple exam, and then you will get certificate. Hare Krishna. So with this, we conclude the third session. I thank His Grace Rathayatra Anand Prabhu for wonderful session, giving his time, detailed explanation. I'm sure this the today's session has lot of impact has been created on the participants, and many of you have gained very important wisdom, which is infallible. See, other knowledge what we get is fallible. This is infallible. See, that is the speciality. So I request all of you to actively participate. Tomorrow, fourth session. Prabhu, what is the name of the session?
Substance and shadow.
This is very
Substance
important. Many of your questions will be answered in this session. Substance and shadow. What is actually the real and what is actually the reflection of that? So that will be understanding. I request whoever is attending, please share this invitation with your near and dear ones, and help us in reaching many, so that they also will get the real knowledge, and their life will be transformed after attending this course, and they will be very happy, just like Rathayatra Anand Prabhu shared. He himself is happy after attending this course, and so that is the transformation. Please invite your near and dear ones. Each one of you try to bring one more. Hare Krishna. With this, we end the session. Thank you. I've posted the questions in the WhatsApp group also. You can please answer. They are very simple. True or false, you have to write. That's all. Thank you, Rathayatra Anand Prabhuji, for your time.
Thank you so much.
Sharing
Thank you
your
so much. Hare
wisdom.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Wish you all good day. Thank you. And the session will ಮಲಗುವ ಮುನ್ನ ಮಾಧವನ ಸೆಷನ್ ಮುಂದುವರಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕೊನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಬೇಕು.